सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी। वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
समर्थ बनाओ।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागो सारी दुर्बलता को राष्ट्र समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसति हूँ लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय श्री कृष्ण। श्री कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरुं। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। एकं शास्त्रं देवकी पुत्र गीतम, एको देवो देवकी पुत्र एव. There is only one scripture, the song of son of Devaki, Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, and there is only one God, the son of Devaki, Bhagwan Shri Krishna. We are indeed blessed to be learning the Bhagavad Gita from Geeta Pariwar, the divine family indeed. In addition to memorizing the Gita, the weekend Vivechan sessions not only deepen our understanding of the Gita, but also empower us to live its teachings, transforming our lives. Also, we request you to share these links to these enlightening Vivechan sessions with your family and friends. You can introduce them to this divine community and positively impact their lives. Today, we are having the interpretation session on the fourth and concluding part of the first Adhyaya, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. As the saying goes, Tasyaiva Chetasa Sarvam Jagat Charati. Let us pray to the Almighty and seek the blessings. To recite the Prarthana, we have Sri Mohan Prasad Bhandari ji with us. Mohan Prasad ji is a retired principal from Tehrathum, Nepal, and he holds BA and BEd degrees and is very interested in social service. Associated with Geeta Pariwar since November 2022, Mohan ji is already offering seva as a trainer, mentor, examiner, interviewer, and group coordinator. Hats off to you, Mohan ji, Bhaiya ji. I request you to recite the prayer. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you, Didi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhaiya ji.
Today is Vaidya, so I'm wearing this mala and tika.
Oh, so nice, Bhaiya ji. Very nice.
Oh,
Yes, please.
Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kausacharuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Vande Jagadgurum Sri Krishna Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Bhaiya ji, for that beautiful prayer and giving us an auspicious start. Thank you so much. And now it is a time to do the Deepa Prajwalan. Let us ward off the tamas in and around us with the Jyoti. Deepo nashyate dhvantam dhanarogye prayachati kalyanaya bhavati eva Deepa Jyotir namostute. So we have Srimati Kunda Patil ji with us to light the lamp. Kunda ji is a homemaker from Bhusawal, Maharashtra, and she is passionate about learning and teaching the Gita. Associated with Geeta Pariwar since 2021, Didi ji is offering seva as a trainer. Now let us go ahead with the Deepa Prajwalan.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृताम् कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Kundaji Didi. You know, we got to see the Dhuparati, Dhiparati, everything. Thank you so much. Divine place indeed. Now, before we get started with the session, quick announcement. 36th L1 batch will be starting from November 8th, 2024. These online Gita classes are conducted in 13 different languages across 21 time slots throughout the clock. So you get to pick the time that can, and the language that suits your needs. Please do share this information and registration link with your family and friends, and you can be the catalyst for the spiritual growth of many, many people. Now it is time for the most awaited part of the session. Our speaker for the day is respected Shri Vikas Vaidya ji Guruji. Vikas Vaidya ji is a multifaceted person, excelling in both material pursuits and spiritual practices. On the worldly front, he owns and runs an IT company, fluent in many languages, just to name a few. On the spiritual side, he is a perfect balance of seva, sadhana, and satsanga that are considered to be the aspects of the spiritual triad. As a core member of the Geeta Pariwar, he mentors participants at all levels and trains new trainers and imparts wisdom through these Vivechan sessions, and also teaches Vishnu Sahasranama. A dedicated spiritual practitioner, he has memorized the entire Bhagavad-Gītā, winning accolades from Shankaracharya of Sringeri Mutt, and his daily recitation of all 18 chapters over 5 years is a testament to his unwavering devotion. It is indeed our honor and privilege to welcome Shri Vikas Ji Vaidya Ji to today's interpretation session on Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Vikas Ji Vaidya Acharya Ji, we request you to please enlighten our mind with your spiritual expertise. Dhanyavad.
जय श्री कृष्ण। पूज्य स्वामी जी के चरण कमलों में कोटि कोटि नमन। We are discussing Adhyay first. Today we will conclude that Adhyay. Before that, let us start with the Pratana. Vasudeva Sudan Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna to all. So last time we had covered up to slok number 36. 36 slok was Nihatyadhardharashtranah ka pritisya janardana papamevashrayedasman atvaitana tatayinaha. So what pleasure we are going to derive Krishna by killing sons of Dhritarashtra? They are terrorists, atatayin. They are aggressors. But even then, by killing them, we will only incur sin because they are our relatives. To kill family is a big sin. So even if they are aggressors, we should not kill them. Okay, having said that, now Arjuna goes further. Having pointed out the evil consequences of the war, now Arjuna now dwells upon the sheer impropriety of the war, waging the war. Slok number 37. Tasman narha vayam hantun dhartarashtran svabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhina syama madhava. Tasman. Tasmat means therefore. That's why. No, never. Arha is proper. Vayam. Vayam is pronoun in Sanskrit. That means we. Hantum. Hantum is to kill. Dhartarashtran. Sons of Dhritarashtra. Swabandhavan. Our relatives, our friends. Swajan. Our family members. Katham. How. Hatva. By killing. Sukhina. Happy. Syama will become. And Madhava is calling for Lord Krishna. So Arjuna says, therefore, Tasmat, Lord Krishna, therefore, it is not proper for us to kill sons of Dhritarashtra. Tasman naraha vayam hantun dhartarashtran. And our friends and relatives, Swabandhavan. Not proper to kill sons of Dhritarashtra and our own friends and relatives. What and how we can derive happiness if we kill our own people? Swajanam hikatam hatva sukhina syama madhava. What kind of pleasure we are going to derive? What kind of happiness? Sukhina. So tasman nahra vayam hantun dhartarashtran svabandhavan. The arguments against the slaughter of our kith and kin, so far given by Arjuna. Arjuna says they are enough to convince us that it is improper to indulge in this kind of destructive activity like war against our own family, against our own relatives. How can we, who are regarded as virtuous persons, Pandavas are regarded as virtuous persons, how can we perform such a heinous act? Tasman narha vayam hantun dhartarashtran svabandhavan. Then further, swajanam hikatam hatva sukhina syama madhava. Madhava, that means the husband of Ma Lakshmi. Ma is Lakshmi and Dhava, Pati of Lakshmi is Madhava. So that name Madhava of Lord Krishna. Madhava, this mere thought that we are killing our own people has made us so much uncomfortable, the cause of the big pain in us. Mere thought of it, that we're going to kill our own friends and relatives, this thought itself has made us so much disturbed. If this really happens, what will happen? If we really kill them, what kind of pain we are going to suffer? What kind of happiness we are going to get if we slaughter our own people? So the delusion which is born out of sense of mind deprives Arjuna the sense of his duty, because he thinks these are my people, mine. And as a member of warrior class, he should not have done that. But where there is delusion, there is no common sense. When the person gets confused, his common sense stops working. When the discretion is suppressed by delusion, the sense of duty, it definitely gets blurred. He doesn't understand what he's doing and why he's doing that. Everything gets blurred. Slok 38 now. See, the question arises, why Duryodhana does not think this on the same lines like Arjuna was thinking. Arjuna was thinking that we are killing our own people, but Duryodhana doesn't think like that. He is also going to kill his own people. They are also his kith and kin only. So why not like this? So Arjuna imagines this and he explains this, why they are not thinking and why I am thinking, why we should think. So he says, Yadyapyedena pashyanti lobho pahata chetasaha kulakshay krutan dosham mitradrohe cha patakam. Yadyapyete, yadi and api, these two words come together, and ete means they. Yadi, api and ete becomes yadyapyete. Yadi means same in Hindi. If api is even, ete means they means Kauravas. Na pashyanti, they don't see. Because lobho pahata chetasaha, lobho, greed, pahata, overpowered by, stolen by, chetasaha, hearts. Kulakshay, by killing the family. Krutam is done. Dosham is dosh, sins, plot. Mitra drohe, by irritating, fighting against our friends, that is mitra droha. Patakam, the sinful act. So Arjuna says further that even if their hearts are overpowered, are taken away by the greed, lobho pahata chetasaha. Their hearts have been stolen, have been taken away, have been overpowered by the greed. And that's why they say nothing wrong in killing their family members. Yadyapyete na pashyanti. Because lobho pahata chetasaha kulakshay krutam dosham mitra drohe cha patakam. Their hearts have been stolen, have been overpowered by the greed in their mind. That's why they don't see anything wrong in killing the family, in killing their own friends. What kind of great sin is involved in that they don't see. Yadyapyetena pashyanti lobho pahata chetasaha kulakshay krutam dosham mitra drohe cha patakam. We'll take the next look also together. Kadhanadneyam papadasman nivartitum kulakshay krutam dosham prapashyadbhirjanardana. Katham means why. No, should not. Neyanam, to be known. Asmabhi means by us. Papat, from the sins. Nivartitum, to get rid of, to retire. Nivartitum. Kulakshay krutam, by destroying the kula, the dynasty, the family. Dosham is the crime, dosha. Prapashyadhi, those who understand this, those who understand, who see this well. Prapashyadhi, that we have seen. Now Janardana is the calling for Arjuna, Lord Krishna. So after having said that Yadyapyetena pashyanti lobho bhavata chetasaha kulakshay krutam dosham mitra drohe cha patakam, Arjuna says further, Kathannadneyam asmabhih papadasman nivartitum kulakshay krutam dosham prapashyadbhir Janardana. Lord Janardana, we ourselves who very well understand the sinful acts involved in destruction of our own dynasty, they don't understand because they are hearts are stolen, overpowered by greed. But we are good people, no? We understand. We are virtuous. We understand this is the sin involved in killing our own family, in killing our own friends. So that's why we should not think of getting rid of this. Should we not think of getting rid of this sinful act? Why should not get rid of this sinful act when we understand? Kulakshay krutandosham prapashyadbhir janardana. Prapashyadbhir. We understand well. They don't understand, but we understand. We are virtuous people. We understand what kind of great sins are involved in killing our own people. So why we should not withdraw from this? Papa dasman nivartatam. Why should not we withdraw from this kind of thing, wherein we are killing our own people? यद्यप्यतेन पश्यन्ति लोभो भवति चेसा कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकम्. Greed consists in desiring to have more and more of wealth, more and more of property, more and more of praise, respect, rank, everything. That is the greed. It is because of greed that Duryodhana lost his common sense, his discretionary power, his discretionary strength. And so they do not think about the disastrous consequences of waging the war. And the scenes, the papa that will accrue from it. This extraordinary greed had deprived them of their sense of discretion. And little do they realize that the kingdom for which they are doing such a big sinful act, committing such a big sin of destroying their kith and kin, is not going to stay long with them. It's going to go one day. It's not going to stay with them permanently. And always we should remember that the pleasure of possession is soon followed by the pleasure of, pain of deprivation. We get deprived of what we have possessed. So that pain is unbearable. The pleasure of possession is great, but the pain of deprivation is something which cannot be explained. So this outweighs that pleasure of possession. With the minds deluded by the greed for kingdom, they do not perceive the deadly sin which will arise by destroying their own families. See, a battle causes loss of time, loss of energy, loss of life, loss of property, everything. And people are assailed by worries and hardships. When there is a quarrel between two friends, they turn into enemies. The quarrel turns them into enemies. Two good friends also become enemies. This was the case with Drupada and Dronacharya also. They were friends, but some incident occurred and they became enemies. So now they are standing against each other to kill each other. Friends can turn into enemies. They do not perceive the evil of destruction of the race and the sin that will accrue from the enmity towards these friends. Once upon a time they were friends, but now okay, they are enemies. But there are a lot of people who are still friends. Katannadnyamasmabhi papa dasma nivartatam. See, though Duryodhana do not perceive any guilt in extermination, in killing of their family, and the sin accruing from the enmity towards friends. Yet, we should resist. We should resist that kind of action from our side. We should withdraw from such sin. Because we know it very well that the destruction of family is an evil and enmity towards friends is a big sin. If those friends cause us some pain, it will not be harmful for us. They may cause us pain. It will not be harmful for us because the pain will destroy our sins and purify us. We'll repay whatever wrong things we might have done previously, earlier. So we'll get cleansed if they give us the pain. But if we have the feeling of malice and enmity towards our friends, then those feelings, that malice will going to stick with us for a whole time, for all the time to come. And that will instigate us to commit sins and lead us to degradation. Therefore, we should not take this action of committing that sin of fighting war against our friends and kith and kin. Now here Arjuna is talking about the greed of Duryodhana and Kauravas. But he is not thinking about his own fault. What is his fault? Infatuation and delusion. Getting attached, infatuation. And delusion, the confusion of mind. So he cannot understand his duty because he is affected by infatuation and by delusion. It is a rule. It is a rule that a man cannot perceive his shortcomings, his failings, as long as he perceives defects in others. If you start looking defects in others, then you overlook the defects in yourself. You try to concentrate only on his defects. This is what exactly was happening with Arjuna. He was trying to find faults in Duryodhana and Kauravas, forgetting about the faults which he himself possessed. He feels rather proud of his superiority that he has no defect. While the defect is that everyone generally possesses one or other defect. All of us, we have defects. But being proud that I don't have defect, it's a defect itself. Being proud that I have no defect is a defect itself. So Arjuna cannot pursue his own infatuation and delusion, his own defects, because he is finding fault with Duryodhana. And he thinks he is clean, he is right. Duryodhana is wrong. He is forgetting that he also possesses some kind of defects in him. Okay, Shlok 40 now. Kulakshay pranashyanti kuladharmat sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam krishna madharmo vibhavatyuta. Kulakshay pranashyanti kuladharmat sanatanaha Kulakshay pranashyanti kuladharmat sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam krishna adharmo vibhavatyuta. With the destruction, Kulakshay, the destruction of Kula, the dynasty, family. Pranashyanti, to get eliminated, finished, vanquished. Kuladharma, the family traditions, the family rituals. Sanatana, which are coming since eternal, since age old. Dharme, of the religion. Nashte, get destroyed. Kulam, Kulam is Kul, dynasty, family. Kristam, total, complete. Adharma, Adharma is irreligion. Actions which are against the religious teachings and principles is adharma. So this shloka says, Kulakshaya pranashyanti kuladharma sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam krishna badharmo vibhavatyuta. A danger sign Arjuna is raising now, saying that with the destruction of dynasty, the age-old and eternal family rituals and family traditions will get vanquished, will get finished. And thus the remaining members of family become involved in the acts which are against the religious teachings and principles. They will start following adharma. They will become adharmi. So this is another danger Arjuna is projecting as a result of war. So in these 2-3 shlokas, Arjuna is saying that although these men, their hearts are clouded by greed, they see no sin in killing their family and inflicting cruelty on their own friends. Why should we, who can see the evil in this action, not refrain from this sin, Krishna? With the destruction of family, the spiritual family traditions perish forever. And then the unrighteousness dominates the entire society. Those who are filled with greed, such people end up destroying the entire clan, entire dynasty. They do not heed good advice given to them by their good friends. They ignore the advice given to them. In fact, anyone who opposes their action, he becomes their enemy. They think that why he is opposing my action? Now he is my enemy. He opposed my action, so he is my enemy. They regard him as an enemy. A lot of people who had tried to instill sense in Duryodhana also tried to reason out with him, including Bhishmacharya, Vidur, King Draupad, and then Lord Krishna himself. But Duryodhana did not heed their advice. Moreover, even Dhritarashtra would not understand, as he was so entrenched to his attachment to Duryodhana that he said, whatever Duryodhana does is right. I am not against Duryodhana. Whatever he does is always right. Duryodhana was very dear to Dhritarashtra, and his son's wishes were paramount to Dhritarashtra. So Duryodhana's wishes were of paramount importance to Dhritarashtra. He said that his son did not agree with the advice and reasoning offered by everyone. He was capable of preventing the imminent war. So Dhritarashtra also did not try anything to prevent the war. Now Arjuna says that Janardana, is there a greater sin than greed that has overtaken these men, Kauravas? Their hearts are so full of greed that they see nothing wrong in killing their family and friends. If our entire clan gets destroyed, then that will become an unrighteous act. And with the destruction of dynasty, the long-running family traditions will be aborted. Who will perform? Everybody gets wiped out. Who will perform family traditions? Now here Arjuna is bringing in the context of social traditions and customs, which were prevalent that time also. And he says that every family, every clan follows a traditional path of righteousness, a set of ethical precepts, so as to say. So the entire clan gets wiped out, who will then continue with these moral precepts which are prescribed by their ancestors and that were handed down to them from generation to generation. And these precepts are not new, they are ancient and are being followed in families for centuries, and they will get aborted. Who will bear the responsibility for this kind of sin? Arjuna is arguing that if the ethical precepts handed over by generation together they get destroyed, then that will pave the way for the destruction of religion and righteousness in total. There will be total adharma. Dharma will get destroyed. See, basic ethical tenets or precepts from the they form the foundation of our lives. And children learn this from their parents. Like we teach our children to respect the elders, cordially greet the guests when they visit your house with warmth, feed the birds and animals, give bhiksha or that alms to the needy sannyasi who comes to your place. These are the fundamental tenets that parents impart to their children. Offering the first roti to the cow or serving the elders, being humble to elders, waking up early in the morning, do some meditation, some yoga. These are things which we teach to our children. Of course, there are some parents who do not get up early themselves. They get up at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. But okay, this is about the parents who are following normal Hindu traditions of getting early and following some rituals of doing meditation, yoga. Now, if you have been following this fundamental ethical practice, then this itself will form the foundation of your spiritual practice. Because this will create a good atmosphere within your family if you follow all the traditions which you have learned from your earlier generation. But on the contrary, those homes which are dominated by lethargy, those homes which are controlled, which are dominated by lethargy and inertia, will they learn Gita? Will they learn Vedanta? Will they recite Vishnu Sahasranam? No. Such homes abound only in the pursuit of material pleasures and wealth. Make more money is the motto. It does not matter how you make it. Big borrow steal, whatever. Big borrow steal, whatever you do. So whether you earn it fraudulently or by bribery, it does not matter. Money is important. So where the family traditions get destroyed, people start going on the wrong path. Arjuna says that the destruction of customary, traditionally followed ethical precepts, the rituals, family rituals, will in effect destroy the righteousness completely. And the society will then be dominated by sin only. So Arjuna continues talking about the consequence of destruction of dynasty along with its ethical precepts now, and says, Krishna, sin and unrighteousness will become the norm of life. The women from such families will lose their virtuosity. They will lose their virtuosity, and then what will happen is the women from such families will become polluted, and it will lead to unwanted progeny, unwanted children. Now, in those times, Manusmriti was the doctrine for all social and religious behavior as per the law. Manusmriti was the guiding principle for all the people at that time. And according to that Manusmriti text, a woman is perennially dependent on a man for her survival and support. Before marriage, she is dependent on her father or brother. After marriage, her husband becomes her protector and savior. And a widow would be dependent on her son. This school of thought was very prevalent at that time, although it was in the same age that Arjuna's mother Kunti had become an unwed mother of Karna by giving birth to Karna much before her marriage. Furthermore, the Pandavas were known by not their father's name but by their mother's name, Kunti Putra. They were addressed as the sons of Kunti. Now, Arjuna's male ego is still surfacing here, and he says that in the absence of men, the women from their dynasty will lose their virtuosity. He is not worried about men losing their virtuosity. He is worried about women losing their virtuosity. Another factor that is relevant here is that as far as the children are concerned, it does not matter much if the father becomes wayward, father goes on the wrong path, it does not matter much. For it is the mother who takes care of the children. Even if the father is evil, as indeed we see in many cases, Hiranyaksha was one example, it did not make any difference to the child, as it was the mother who taught him the path of devotion and truth. So mothers are the main force to train their children on the right path. Fathers may be doing busy in their activity or doing some wayward activities also, but mothers are worried about the future of their children more than their father. And there are so many examples in history where the mothers have taken exemplary care of their children who have grown up such virtuous individuals. Many examples in Hindu Adhyatma. So a woman is complete on her own. She does not need anyone to make her complete. She is complete. Salute to all the women. But this male dominance has had such a deep impact of women, her psyche, that even today there are so many women we find who think that they will not be able to survive without a man's support. They are fearful of going anywhere without husband or without father or brother. And here Arjuna is expressing this very sentiment. He says that if women become wayward and depraved, there will be no hope left for the welfare of their children. Adharma bhivat Krishna pradushyanti kula striyaha strishu dushtasu varashneya jayate varna sankaraha. This is what Arjuna is explaining. That Krishna, when the social behavior violates religious principles and such behavior becomes dominant, then the ladies, even from the respectable families, kulastriya, they become polluted. And when the family ladies get polluted, it gives birth to unwanted, undesired, hybrid generation, hybrid children. What is hybrid children? Varna Sankara. There could be Dharma Sankara. People of two different religions getting married and producing children. That is Dharma Sankara. People of two different Varnas getting married and producing children. That is Varna Sankara. People of different castes getting married and producing children. That is Jati Sankara. People who follow different dressing traditions, like we follow saris or Punjabi suit. People in West, they follow mini skirt and midi skirt or some such clothing. So this difference, it creates a Vesh Sankara, Ahar Sankara. Some people are strictly vegetarian. Some people, they enjoy eating non-vegetarian food. When they get married together, it creates a Ahar Sankara. So Sankara means contradicting people coming together and then producing children. So what kind of habits their children will have? That is the question. Okay, we go to Shlok 42 now. Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro yeshal luptapindo dakakriyaha. Sankar, that such unwanted hybrid children, narakayaiva, take to the hell. Kulagnanam, for those who are killers of the family, those who have killed the family, they are called kulagnanam. Kulasya, for the family. Patanti, patanti, falling down. Itar, itar, the ancestors, the forefathers. Isham, for them. Lupta, lupta, disappear, stopped. Pinda, pinda, the offering of food to our pitar, which we perform on Shraddha day. Whatever food we offer, that is called pinda. Udak, udak is water. Kriya, the action of performing that Shraddha is that Kriya. So Arjuna says, Sankaro Naraka Yeva Kulagnanang Kulasicha Vatanti Pitro Yesha Lupta Pindo Daka Kriya. When the families get wiped out, what will happen? This hybrid generation which will come into existence because of different Varna Sankara, Jati Sankara, all sorts Sankara, what we discussed. So this created Varna Sankara, Jati Sankara of the remaining members of the family, it will cause them going to the hell. This is all Arjuna's logic, not Lord Krishna's logic. Gita does not believe, does not support this kind of logic. This is Arjuna's frustration was he's talking what he has heard from his forefathers. This is not the teaching of Gita. He is speaking about his frustrations, that this is what is going to happen. So he says this hybrid generation will cause all of us to go to the hell. The remaining members of the family, they will cause us to go to hell, including those who killed his family, they will also go to the hell. And the ancestors, the forefathers, the Purvaj of such characterless families will fall down in their position because the family rituals of performing their Shraddha, the annual day when they passed away, that annual day we perform the Shraddha of our Pitaras, our ancestors, our forefathers. Nobody will perform that. Nobody will be left. And these hybrid children will know nothing about all these family traditions. So they will stop doing all this. And when it is stopped, these forefathers, these ancestors will fall down from their place. It is said, how much to believe that you decide, that many families who do not follow this Shraddha, the children getting born in that family, in their horoscope, they find a dosha that is called Pitru Dosh. And then the Pandit will advise you many things to be carried out to remove that Pitru Dosha from the horoscope. Pitru Dosha can cause obstacles in the path of the child of whose horoscope it is. Pitru Dosh. Pitru Dosh comes because they say that we don't follow the rituals of performing Shraddha of our forefathers. That causes the Pitru Dosha. Okay. So Arjuna is saying that Varna. Now here he says Sankaro Naraka Yoga Kulagnama Kulasicha Patanti Pitro Isha Lupta Pindodaka Kriyaha. Now Varna refers to the division of Hindu society into 4 castes: Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. In those times, intercaste marriages were deemed totally inappropriate. That was the time. But now, see, Hindu culture has changed with the time and we have progressed. We are not rigid that we will not change, come what may. With the time, we have also changed our traditions. But that time, everyone took a lot of pride in their own caste. Now, this does not mean that Gita is encouraging the caste-based discrimination. This creation of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra is not based on the birth. There are 2 shlokas in Bhagavad-Gītā prominently saying that Chaturvarnam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha. Gunakarma vibhagashaha. Chaturvarnam maya srishtam. In 4th adhyaya, there is a shloka. Paramatma says the Chaturvarna I have created. Fine, I have created. But I have created it based on guna and karma. What are the gunas they possess and what is the karmas they do? If the gunas they possess are of bravery, the person getting birth in a Brahmin family is supposed to Brahminical culture, but he is brave. He wants to go to army. Let him go. He has full freedom to go to army. But the day he joins army, he changes to Kshatriya. Because his karma will be that of Kshatriya now. Killing the people, killing the enemy, which a Brahman is not allowed to do. He is not supposed to kill people. But once your gunas are of Kshatriya, then you are no more a Brahmin. So this Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra are based on guna and karma, not based on the family in which you are born. Gita never says Janma Vibhagayoho. Janma doesn't decide. Guna Karma Vibhagayoho. In 18th Adhyaya, there is another shloka. Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudrana Inja Parantapa Karmani Pravivaktani Karmani. Karma decides whether you are Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra. Not the birth. Your karma decides. So there are umpteen number of places in Gita wherein this kind of clarification is there. But people unnecessarily blame Gita that we have created this kind of division in the society of Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. This is not division in the society. It appears, it is there in every country. Take example of America, for example. There is a military there defending the borders. Yes. So they're all Kshatriya. There is a business community there. Yes. They're all Vaishyas. There is a service community there. Yes. They're all Shudras. And there is a community which gives church services and that Bible services. They're all Brahmins. So this, every country, every society has this division. But Hindus have been unnecessarily blamed that they have created this rift in the society, which is rubbish. Paramatma has said, Bhagavad Gita, Samatma Yoga Uchyate. Following the principle of equanimity is professed by Bhagavad Gita in almost every adhyaya. Samata, 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 equanimity, equanimity. Get equipoised to all situations. Behave with everyone, externally also, remaining equipoised. So when Paramatma is advocating equipoised and equanimity, do you think he will create a rift in the society by creating Brahmin up and Shudra down? Impossible. Paramatma again and again is saying, it is based on guna karma, not based on janma. So this is a misleading propaganda against Hinduism that Gita has created this kind of rift. Gita has never said that Brahmana is up or Brahmana can never become a Kshatriya. He can become, as I gave an example, a Brahmin person joining an army. He is no more a Brahmin, he is a Kshatriya now. A Shudra, maybe he is born in a Shudra family, that is okay. But if he is doing temple service, he is a Brahmin already. In fact, he is a higher category Brahmin than the normal Brahmin, because he has shifted from Shudra to Brahmin. So his work will decide, his karma will decide, his gunas will decide whether he is a Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra. Gita does no such thing that making a rift in the society. So we need to understand what these categories actually mean. So who is a Brahmin? It is not someone who is born in a Brahmin family. Gita doesn't say that. Anybody born in Brahmin family is a Brahmin. No. Our sages have said that the one who has realized Brahma is a Brahmin. How many of Brahmins, so-called Brahmins of today, have realized Brahma? So are they Brahmin per se? So similarly, the one whose natural inclination is towards the business and who is interested in profit and loss and all these things, he is a Vaishya. Shudra is one whose intellect is diminutive and who is concerned only in the body matters. Similarly, Kshatriya is the one who is very brave, courageous and valiant. So these are the gunas of person, not the family. But many so-called religious people, they say that this is the rift created by Bhagavad Gita, which is rubbish, as I said. They don't understand that the real meaning of these terms, what the real meaning of these terms is. What is Brahmin? What is Kshatriya? What is Vaishya? What is Shudra? And they quote this verse, this shloka from Bhagavad Gita to condone the casteism and justify the prohibition of intercaste marriage. Gita has never said intercaste marriage is to be banned. No. So this is very strange to believe that people blame Gita for this. We cannot understand how people keep condemning this intercaste marriage, despite such in-depth clarification given by our people in our own adhyatma, in our own literature. See, there is some relevance, as for example, if a very intelligent person who is, say, highly educated, maybe he has done MS or MTech or some such thing, he is very intellectually refined person. If such a person marries someone who is not all that wise, maybe a small village girl, then who is happy in just eating and being married, then this couple, can they get along together? What matters most is the compatibility between the two personalities, their likes and dislikes. This is what matters the most for a marriage to be successful. How can the caste be a deciding factor? So when we say Brahmin or Kshatriya or Shudra, what we refer is to the inherent nature of that person. By nature he is Brahmin, by nature he is Kshatriya, by nature he is Vaishya, by nature he is Shudra, what? All those personalities, and not the labels stamped on them by the society. So if a boy and girl are having the same inherent nature, they can very well get married. to whichever caste they may belong. But how many people get married depending upon their physical, mental, intellectual, and emotional compatibility? Instead, they go for looks, beautiful beauty, they go for property, and they go for wealth. So Arjuna is talking about this caste system that was even more prevalent and dominant in those times than what it is today. He says that with the destruction of the dynasty, the women of the clan will interact with males of other castes, and the resultant mixed breed children will further damage the society. That's Sankara. This Varna Sankara refers to the children born out of wedlock, especially those conceived by women who have had relations with the men from different castes. And this was regarded as a stigma, blight in the society. It is even now, of course. Arjuna is saying that the impending war would lead to utter disgrace and dishonor, because all such stories will be talk of the everyday ladies getting a relationship with different people and producing children. This will become an everyday affair. Thus, he says, this would be inescapable and the consequences of it will be disastrous if we go ahead with the war. Now let us discuss one important aspect. Karna, the son of Kunti. Before Kunti got married, this was pre-marriage son of Kunti. So Karna was born, he was son of Kunti, born out of wedlock. He was raised by a Shudra couple. And neither Arjuna nor any of the Pandavas, including the Dharmaraj Yudhishthira, ever missed an opportunity to sarcastically remind him of his lowly background as a Shudra. Karna is always referred as a Dasiputra, as a Shudra, Sutaputra, Dasiputra, Shud, because he was belonging to, he was taken care of by a Shudra family. So whenever they would get an opportunity, they would taunt Arjuna, Yudhishthira and all Pandavas. Lowly born one, keep quiet, don't talk. This was the treatment meted out to Karna based on his Shudra background. So you're not fit to sit with us, they used to say to Karna. We are Kshatriyas, you are Shudra, don't sit with us. Further, it is said that Karna was handsome, intelligent man with a very attractive personality, and he was as brave as Arjuna. He too had intended to participate in Draupadi's Swayamvara, but when he stood to pick up the bow, Draupadi got scared and she said, stop. You cannot participate in this Swayamvara. You are a Shudra. You can't participate here. So Karna was given repeated insults meted out to him by Pandavas. Arjuna and his brothers never let Karna to forget that he is Shudra. In this context, it is apparent that the attitude of Duryodhana was admirable. We should appreciate Duryodhana in this case. He regarded Karna as a supremely brave warrior and respected him so. Karna's background, his upbringing was inconsequential for him, for Duryodhana. Whether he was taken care of by a Shudra family and all that, he didn't care for that, Duryodhana. See, the reason that we are comparing now Arjuna's and Duryodhana's behavior is simply to point out, not that we would take Duryodhana's or Kaurava's side in Mahabharata. That's not the objective. But the point here is, you will be able to find some faults in Arjuna and some good points in Duryodhana. There are shades of goodness in Duryodhana, as this example shows. Karna, who had been condemned and denounced by everyone, was accepted only by Duryodhana, who befriended him and made him the king of a nearby kingdom. And he had no misgiving in doing so. He didn't treat Karna as a Shudra. He said, you are my friend. So this is also different characters. The shades of characters in Mahabharata are plenty. The more you study, the more you will enjoy it. Every good man has some bad thing. Every good bad man has some good things. This is what it shows. Okay, we go to next shloka now. Doshairete kulagnanam varna sankara karakaihi utsadyante jati dharma kuladharmascha shashvataha. Doshai, such faults. Kulagnanam, the destroyer of the family. Varna sankar, that hybrid unwanted children, what we are discussing. Karakai, which are the cause. Utsadyante, utsadyante, to get devastated, to get finished, terribly damaged, is utsadyante. Jati dharma, religious and caste principles, jati dharma. Kula dharma, family traditions and family rituals, is kula dharma. Shashvata is eternal, age old. So Arjuna is further telling, doshe rete kulagnanam varna sankara karakaihi utsadyante jati dharma kula dharma shashvata. By the sinful evil act of those who destroy the family traditions and thus give rise to hybrid unwanted children, all kinds of family traditions and the base principles of caste and religion get totally devastated, get totally destroyed. The trend of Varna Sankar will destroy our dynasty and the communities and family welfare will be demolished. This is what Arjuna is saying. Next shloka, 44. Utsanna kuladharmanam manushanaya janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavati ityanu. Utsanna, the damage, the spoiled, kuladharmanam, family traditions, manushyanam, of such people, Janardana is calling for Lord Krishna, narake, narak is hell, niyatam, always, vasa, vasa is to stay, to reside, bhavati, to become, anushrama. Anushrama is heard from some elderly people in the family, anushrama. So Arjuna says, I have heard it from old people in the family, anushrama. What he has heard? That those whose family traditions are destroyed, they always remain in the hell. So if you have a tradition of performing Navratra, and if you don't do that, then according to Arjuna, that family will stay in hell. Family traditions, family rituals are to be scrupulously followed. These are the teachings from coming to us from generation to generation, and any generation not following that will face the consequences. That is what Arjuna is saying. Utsanna kula dharmana manushanaya janardana narage niyatam vaso bhavatityana shushruvu. So Krishna, it is sensible to become the destroyer of our traditional values. Is it right? The children born out of wedlock will not know anything about our traditional rituals. Then who will perform the rites after death? And who will attain salvation? If the Shraddha is not performed, if the 13-day procedure after the death is not performed, how we can achieve that Param Shanti? Anyone dies, known to us, we say, Paramatma Uni Sadgati De, Param Shanti De. So Arjuna's question is, who will give him Param Shanti if his rituals are not followed? Arjuna is bringing in the tradition of following the rites and rituals, that is an integral part of norms followed by traditional families. We follow it. It is indeed interesting to see people who are otherwise staunch followers of Vedanta, but when faced with the death of their family member or family, they get gripped by the fear and ask, what rite should I perform now? First day, what I have to do? Third day, what I have to do? Seventh day, 9th day, 10th day, 13th day, what I have to do? Should I offer that pinda, that means that dove balls to the crow? What should I do? So they go to a Pandit and then they consult him. Now, those of us who have experienced the death of our family members, all of us have definitely, must be aware that until the dead body is cremated and for a certain number of days after the death, so many self-proclaimed caretakers of religion come forward and they offer innumerable advices to us. Do this, don't do that, give up these, all sorts of advices will start pouring into you. And after the body is cremated, they say, don't look back. When the body is cremated, it is given to the ashes. They say, walk straight, don't look back. This is the instructions people give. Because if you look back, that dead person will follow you. This is the thing they tell us. So all those who are saying that I am the soul, not the body, they become identified with the body, and that he follows everything. He considered that fellow who is dead, he will really follow me. There are ladies who, one example, one American lady, she said that my son will not perform my Shraddha. So what should I do? So she got called to India. That okay, you come to India, go to Haridwar. There, the Pandits will perform your Shraddha when you are alive. There is a place in Haridwar where you can perform your own Shraddha, thinking that your children will not perform your Shraddha and you will not get Sadgati because they don't perform your Shraddha. You perform your own Shraddha when you are alive. That will give the peace to your soul when you are dead. That is the belief. Now, how much to believe this? Can this be believed? That you can perform your own Shraddha? There are contradictory opinions on this. Take your own call whether can we perform our own Shraddha. When you have relinquished the identification to your body, given up all attachments, and then in a way you have embraced your death, you have realized that death is the unchangeable nature of body and that it cannot touch the immortal epitome of that bliss that resides within the perishable body, that means your Jivatma. But even the self-proclaimed Vedic people who say we are expert in Vedas, they worry about their death rights. They say that it is what is advocated by our scriptures and we need to follow this. So as I said, it is a call to be taken by everyone. Belief, because we are learning from Gita that we are nothing but the Jivatma, soul. And the soul is leaving the body and taking another body. So the body is not important at all. Gita is teaching us. We are telling everyone now after learning Gita that we are not body. So when the body is lifeless, what is the importance of that body that we follow all such rituals? This is a food for thought, whether we should give so much of importance to the body which is already dead, or we should give importance to that Jivatma who is ready to occupy another body. We don't know which body he has occupied. If you know that and you worship that body, one can understand. But you don't know which body he has occupied. So you can only pray for that Jivatma. But he is already interested in another body, he has already gone. Arjuna is blinded by the ignorance and he is saying that if no one will perform the after death rites, then how will we get liberation, salvation, moksha? Also, the children born subsequently will have no knowledge of these traditions of rituals and rites. Their lives will be hell, and we too will be in the hell thereafter. So this is all the consequences. These are all the consequences Arjuna is telling to Lord Krishna that this is the result of war that is going to happen. We go to Slok 45 now. Aho vatamahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yadraj sukhalobhena hantum svajanamadyataha. Aho, aho means alas, my God, like that. Very surprising and strange that we have decided to commit such a largely sinful act. Oh, but a mahat papam, mahat, great, papam, sinful act. Bata is how strange it is. Vyavasitaya. Vyavasita means decided. Aho, bata mahat papam, kartum vyavasita vayam, yadrajya sukhalobhena, hantum svajanam vadyata. How strange it is that we have decided to commit this sinful act, very, very sinful act, that we will kill our own people. Hantum svajana. Hantum svajana. We will kill our own people in the greed of kingdom and happiness. Yadraj sukhalobhena. How strange it is, Arjuna says. Aho batamat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yadraj sukhalobhena hantum svajana modyataha. We go to Slok 46 now. Yadi imam pratikaram shastram shastrapanayah dhartarashtrarane hanyus tanme kshemataram bhavet. Arjuna says, Yadi, even if mama, me, apratikaram, without retaliation, without offering any resistance, ashastram, without having any weapons, Shastra Panayaha. Pana means hand. Pani means hand. Panayaha, those having weapons in their hands. Shastra Panayaha. Dhartarashtra, sons of Dhritarashtra. Rane, in the battlefield. Hanyu. Hanyu means to kill. So Arjuna says, it will be better for me. It will be better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra with weapons in their hands will kill me unarmed. I will be unarmed. I will have no weapons with me, but it will be better that Kauravas, sons of Dhritarashtra, come with weapons in their hands and they kill me. It will be better for me. My goodness. A Kshatriya standing in the battlefield talking this kind of language. To lift his moral from such a low level and make him ready for the fight is a Herculean task, which Lord Krishna will definitely handle from the second adhyaya onwards. So Arjuna says, without offering any resistance and retaliation on the battlefield, I will prefer to die at the hands of Kauravas, who will come with weapons in their hands, and I will have no weapons in my hand. That death will be better for me. Last shloka. Sanjayam vacha evamukta sakhera evamukta Arjuna sankhya rathopastha upavishat visrujya sasharai chapam shokasam vignamanasaha. Sanjaya says to Dhritarashtra that after saying this, that I am not going to fight the war. What happens? Arjuna, having spoken this, evam uktva, uktva saying this, sankhya, sankhya means the battlefield, upasthe, on the seat, upavishat, upavishat is to sit down, uttishta, stand up, upavishat, sit down. So upavishat, he sat down. Visrujya, visrujya is to keep away, putting aside. Sasharam, sasharam, the bows and the arrows. Sasharam, bows and the arrows. Chapam, chapam is the bow. Shoka, shoka is deeply saddened state of mind is shoka. Manasa, manasa of the mind. So Arjuna say, Sanjay is telling Dhritarashtra that Arjuna, having spoken like this on the battlefield, like what? Like what we have read in last 15-20 shlokas, what Arjuna is speaking of his vishad, his frustration. He is reasoning out as to how it is a futile exercise, a bad, sinful act to enter into this war. Better we draw from it right now. After saying all this, he cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down in the chariot with a deeply saddened mind, distressed mind. So, Arjuna, having spoken on the battlefield, he is now given up. His bow he has taken out from his shoulder, kept it aside, and with a very saddened look on his face, with a very saddened mind, he sat down in the chariot. His legs were already trembling, so he sat down in the chariot. This is the end of first adhyaya. Now this is, we say, Om Tat Sati Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayai Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamo Adhyayaha. Now we say Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. The question will come, Krishna did not speak a single word. So where is the samvad between Krishna and Arjuna? All other adhyayas, okay, Krishna is speaking, but here Krishna is totally silent. So how can we call this adhyaya Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvad? There is no samvad. Did Krishna speak a single word? Is there a single shloka coming from Lord Krishna? No. Then why we should call it Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade? See, the samvad is not only when the people, both people are talking. When there is a listener and there is a talker, when the talker is being listened by somebody else, that also is samvad. If there is no listener, then there is no dialogue, then there is no samvad. But as long as there is a listener listening, everything that is being talked by the talker, by the speaker, then that is also samvad. And here, as we see, Lord Krishna is a mute spectator. He is carefully listening to all the frustrations of Arjuna, which he has spoken out so elaborately in this adhyaya, expressing his vishad, expressing his distress, expressing his sadness. So merely listening to Arjuna is also a samvad from Lord Krishna's side. So it is right to call this Adhyaya also as Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. Both are equally involved. Krishna in listening and Arjuna in speaking. So this is also a Samvad. So this is the end of this first chapter. Thank you so very much for listening to me again today. And now the forum is open for all of you to raise your questions. Feel free to raise your questions. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Vikasji, Bhayaji. This is indeed a very enlightening session as always. Thank you so much. We are very grateful to you, Guruji. And now, before we take up the questions from our sadhakas, a quick announcement. 36th L1 batch will be starting from November 8th, 2024. These online Gita classes are conducted in 13 different languages across 21 time slots throughout the clock. So please do share this information with your family and friend circles, and also pass on the registration link so that you can be a positive influencer in their lives as well. Now, you know what to do. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and if possible, turn on the video, and our Guruji will answer your question. Yes. Muralidas Bhayaji.
Didi, 2 minutes, Didi. Abhi
Okay. Sure.
will join.
Yes. Didi. Yeah. We will just wait for our Guruji to join the session. He will be joining shortly. Maybe some technical glitch. Okay. So Vikasji Bhayaji so nicely explained, how this Arjuna Vishada Yoga, how Arjuna tries to give various reasons to not fight. But, Vikasji Bhayaji explains nicely, why doesn't hold any water. And also why this Arjuna Vishada Yoga, because why Arjuna felt that way, that is why Krishna gave us this, while teaching Arjuna, he has given this divine scripture to humankind. And then Bhayaji gave the example of Karna, even though he was born to Kunti and Suryadev, because of, why he was raised by the caste, Shudra caste, how he was treated differently, and how people like Duryodhana came to his help, and how he was treated, and ultimately it all, how things come together in Mahabharata. Yes, Bhayaji will be with us soon to answer your queries. We do see a few hands raised as well. Yes, let us just wait. And meanwhile,
कुछ network issue है, इसलिए रूपल दीदी join कर.
Okay, no problem. Yes, yeah, the thing is, it's good that we have these tools, and obviously it comes with some technical challenges also, right? So that is what is happening. So when we wait, the outcome is really, they say, right? When you wait, right, that outcome or the fruit is really tasty. So it is like that. So Bhayaji will be joining soon, and you get to interact with our Bhayaji. Yes. So, now we are already in the 4th level, learning the Gita Adhyaya. Third level. Yes, in 3rd level we learn this, and pretty soon, some of you will be graduating to L4 level, and some might have entered L3 level. It is indeed a divine journey to be learning from Gita Pariwar. You might have observed and experienced it in your life as well. Indeed, a divine family, and by interacting with each other, we become like an extended family as well. So we are grateful to our Parama Puja Guruji, Govind Devji Guruji, and then like very devoted people like Ashuji Bhayaji, and who is the program coordinator for the entire Gita Pariwar, the global presence that Gita Pariwar has. And there's so many mentors, gurus, everybody. And yes, Rupalji Shuklaji is with us. Hearty welcome to the session, Rupalji Didi. Very nice to have you. And yes, we have our sadhakas waiting for the questions to be answered. And we have Muralidas Bhayaji to...
Meeting after a while with the same batch.
Yes, Didi. Nice to have you.
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna Murali Bhaiya, please ask.
I have a single question. Basically, was Duryodhana everything bad, or did he have good qualities also?
No one can have only bad or only good qualities. Everyone
Right.
has the mixture of satoguna, rajoguna, and tamoguna. So Duryodhana also had all these three gunas. But the prior guna was tamoguna.
Hmm.
And then
Okay.
rajoguna, then satoguna. So he was also having good qualities, but in ratio, he was having more bad qualities.
Okay, so my question basically was because, okay, it was Pandava's mistake that they got into that situation by getting involved in playing the game, right? You know, to lose the right. And I know there was a lot of, I'm not questioning, but there's my question in my heart that I need to
Actually,
ask, right?
Gurivya, I would say it was not a mistake. At that time, when a king is sitting at some place or in a meeting, if someone's offer a game, king cannot deny it. It was Raj Dharma. So Yudhishthira has to accept it that he is going to play. He could not deny that. It was
Hmm.
according to Raj Dharma. So it was not a mistake. It has to be done.
Okay, so but like this tell us sometimes, right? Whether knowingly or unknowingly, if we make a mistake, still that we have to bear the consequences, right?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, there was a lot of wrongs done for the particular family, Pandava family. I completely agree with that, right? But in the broad picture, if Duryodhana was ruling okay or doing things okay, why have this war just for, even for, why have the war at all? Why can't they just give up and they lived like before, they could still live on, right? So only thing they were start trying to right is the wrong done to them personally rather than somebody else, right?
Even what happened is when everyone is talking about war and it was going to be happen at that moment, first Krishna ji told, I will go for Sandhi. Draupadi denied. Draupadi ji said that why you are going, Krishna? I had to take revenge and my husbands are going to take revenge. Why you are going for the Sandhi? So Krishna said, no, whatever they are doing, it is Pandava's duty, and whatever Kauravas are doing, this is their fault. But I cannot do something wrong because when the history will be written, everything will be written like they did this, they did this. No one offered for Sandhi. So Krishna ji himself went for Sandhi. You just give 5 villages to Pandavas and they will not fight.
Right.
Krishna ji
I
said
have.
that. Then Duryodhana said, capture this Krishna also. And
Hmm.
then we have one very beautiful poem, Duryodhan Bandh Mujhe, if you have heard of that. So Duryodhana said that capture Krishna. Now you cannot go back. Even Dut is Avadhya. When some messenger is going, you cannot kill that messenger. And you cannot even harm that messenger. And Krishna ji is going as a messenger. And Duryodhana told, just put him in Karagar, put him in jail. So Duryodhana did everything wrong at every step. So Mahabharat had to happen. No one could stop it.
So no, I again I completely agree with what you said, but still, it is, to me it seems that useless land, or for the wrongs done for a particular self, they went. There were so many people killed, so many families affected, so
That's
many
why I
deaths.
told you Pandavas tried to stop it. But Kauravas had to do it. They had to fight. No, we will fight, but we will not give you any village. Even we have heard Sui ki nok ke barabar gaon bhi nahi denge. So they said like that, we will not give you anything. Like that the Kauravas said. And when Arjuna said, I can't fight,
Hmm.
in the starting of the battle, Arjuna said, I can't fight Krishna. So Krishna ji in 11th chapter, he showed everything to Arjuna that even if you are not killing these people, they are going to die. Everyone is going in the Kaladhara. Means that was the time for Kauravas. This was the end time and they had to die. In Mahabharata Yuddha, this war was just the medium. Okay. So it was not like they could keep silence and they went there for their whatever happened wrong to them. It was not like that. Situation were completely different. Okay.
So my quandary here is this, Didi. That is the reason for this question. When I have to apply the principles of Gita in my life, there is situation will never be black and white like this so clearly, right?
It's of
So
gray.
yeah. So how would I use it if when the things are gray, and if the personal injustice is only personally to me and everything else is fine? How would I deal with it? That is my question.
It was not for personal injustice. It was Pandavas fought for Draupadi.
Okay.
And Draupadi was a lady, and for if something wrong happens to lady, you have to fight. This is your dharma. So Pandavas did everything for their dharma only. Vyaktigat dharma, we can say personal dharma or Raj dharma also, because Kauravas were not ruling like as they should. Praja was not like so much happy as they can be in Pandavas Rajya. Okay, so with the Raj Dharma also, with the personal Dharma also, Pandavas had to fight and Kauravas cannot rule. Because the Rajya doesn't belong to the Kauravas. Rajya, the kingdom is of Pandavas. Okay?
Pandavas.
So ethically also, legally also, the kingdom belongs to Pandavas, so Pandavas has to rule. Okay?
Thank you, Didi. Thank you very much.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Very interesting question, and Rupal Didi, as they rightly highlighted, in Mahabharata we don't so much hear about how Duryodhanas or these Kauravas ruled the kingdom, but obviously if it was left that way, it would have ruined the whole thing anyway. So that is why I think that had to happen. Thank you, Rupalji, and thank you, Muraliji Bhayaji.
From Mahabharata, we learn that first we have to offer Sandhi. Not just going and directly fighting. Offer Sandhi. If the thing has to stop, then it will be stopped. If it cannot be stopped, then we have to fight. This is, we are living in this Kurukshetra, this life Kurukshetra.
Yes, very true. Thank you for that beautiful question and the very apt answer. And now we have Gopal Krishna Hegdeji Bhayaji. Jai Shri Krishna, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yeah, Ji Gopal Krishna ji.
Yeah, this is a small, maybe I don't think it is right to this thing, but this is a doubt I have in my mind. Just I want to get clear this. In the first, L3, first chapter, in this, Arjuna, he has showed his all his good natures. And he is so powerful person and forethought person, war effect, he knows all these things, and he's a sharp, intellectual person, and with the mind also, but why he reversed his decision?
That's the Maya, yeah.
No, I didn't get your question. I heard everything that Arjuna was like that, but what is the confusion here?
And why did he become that way? Why did his mind?
No, why did he reverse his decision afterwards?
Yeah.
Because of Maya.
Instead of sitting and narrow the chariot, he would have just run away from the war field and could have saved all these people.
No, that cannot happen when you are in the battlefield and Krishna is your charioteer and he is your sarthi. You cannot just run away and you are not speaking. These are like common etiquettes we have. When I have sarthi with me, I have my charioteer, I have to let him know that what is happening with me and I want to go back, and I cannot just run away. I have to ask my sarthi to go back and take this chariot behind. Okay, so like that happens. So Arjuna cannot just run away. He had to ask Krishna, and he started telling everything whatever came in his mind. And Sidanti mama gatrani mukhancha parishusyati vepathuscha sharire me roma harshashcha jayate gandivam sansate hastatvak chaiva paridayate nacha shaknom vyavasthatum brahmati vachami mana. What a beautiful shlokas. So Arjuna explained his situation like this, and Krishna, and then from second chapter started telling him, no, you have to fight. You are not going to kill these people. They have to die. You are just going to be a medium. Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. You just need to be medium, nothing else. Okay.
But one more thing, the continuation of this, he knows the consequences of war very, very, very clearly. This is because of the Varna Sankara, Jati Sankara, Ahara Sankara, Vastra Sankara, and Sankara Sankara, all these Sankaras are going to happen. In spite of this, all these consequences, he would have ordered Arjuna, he would have ordered Krishna, his Sarati, to take away from this field.
Can we order Krishna? I'm
He has
questioning.
done, you know, upwards he has done. Sena Yorubar or Madhye, I think that's,
Katham Stapayamechyutam.
yeah.
Yes, no, he cannot order Krishna. He just told as a friend, even Krishna is there as a charioteer, but he is also his friend. And Arjuna explains his situation. I'm in depression, and this my situation. I cannot fight. He explains everything. Then Krishna says, okay, okay, no, you are not meant for this. You are here to fight because this is your kartavya karma. And we all are in this Kurukshetra. We all are in this field. Daily we are facing so many situations, and we also have to choose what is right for us, not what we are wishing to do. Okay, so he cannot just order Krishna that even he orders, Krishna will not go. Krishna have to explain everything, and Krishna will do what is right and what has to be done. Not Arjuna is saying. Then you just take one example. When a child has played with the dust, so much dust or something bad, and mother takes him from that dust, and mother just gave him shower. So when mother is taking that child and he is bathing and he says so many, you are so bad, I'm feeling cold, this is happening, that is happening, but mother never listens. Mother is just, no, you have to clean it, you have to be cleaned, I will not be listening you. So child is even uh, saying so many bad things to his mother or whatever is happening, but mother will not let him go. Okay, you are saying this, you are not in this situation, you don't want to take bath, so you go from here. No, that will not happen. Okay, so Krishna is like our mother. If something wrong is happening, we are in bad situation, we are playing with the dust, or we are feeling depression, Krishna will never let us go. Okay,
Then
so
Krishna would have been asked Arjuna before he completes all these so many shlokas, he would have cut down there itself. Yes, your Kshatriya.
but Bhagavad Gita is for us. When Arjuna explains all these situations, then there may be something for us. There may be something else for someone else. Then again, so there are so many situations explained because it was not for Arjuna, it was for us. Arjuna explained everything which can happen with a person when feeling depression. That's why all the situations are explained. Then Krishna is giving the solution. And Krishna could also just say in two shlokas that no, Arjuna, you have to fight, you cannot just run away. Just didn't say that. He explained everything very beautifully. Everything. What is right, what is wrong. If you wanna feel this, do this. If you wanna feel this, do this. This is right, this is wrong. Now yathechhasi tatha kuru. At the end, not forcing you or not compelling you to do something. Krishna says, Yathechhasi tatha kuru. Now it is up to you. Whatever you wish, you can do. But Arjuna says, Nashto mohasmatir labdha tvat prasada anmayachida sthitosmi gata sandeya karishye vachanantava. Because of your words, now I am vigata samshayaha. There is no doubt left. I can fight Krishna. I am going to fight. Arjuna says like that. Okay, so Gita is for us. Don't think that Arjuna was there, Krishna was there, and they are talking to each other. No. Arjuna was explaining everything from our perspective. Krishna was answering everything from our perspective for us. Okay, so Gita is for us, for our common people.
Okay, just only I thought of a negative way of questioning. It's just like that only. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you. And as I think Vikas Payaji had mentioned this, it's like Krishna is like the ultimate psychotherapist. He listened to Arjuna and then let pour out all the emotions, and then he reasoned with him. So that way he will be in a listening mode. Thank you for that question and beautiful answer.
Right.
Now, Sai Tanvi Didi, please go ahead and ask the question.
Yes, ma'am. Jai Shri Krishna. Ma'am, can I, before asking my doubt, can I once again remind myself who is the son of Ganga?
Bhishpitama.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, the father of Bhishma, Ma'am, Vikas ji told that in those days intercaste marriages were the largest sin that can be done. So then the father of Bhishma, it is said that he has married a woman who was actually the daughter of a fisherman. So then, why didn't anyone question him that why have you uh, done done an intercaste marriage? Nobody has questioned him in that situation.
No, this is your dog. I don't know what because we explained in this regard, but yeah, in Mahabharata, at so many places you find intercaste marriages, and it was not like these days that Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. In previous days, according to karma, what other person is doing. But I don't know if he explained this was the largest sin because we find that so many places and this happened. And these days we are not actually having Brahmana is doing Vaishya karma, Vaishya is doing Brahmana karma, Kshatriya is doing Brahmana karma, and Brahmana is doing Kshatriya karma. So many Brahmanas in our army also. So everything has got mixed. So we cannot just say that now this is your karma. So ashram dharma is different, varna dharma is different, and intercaste marriages also. I can't just say that. Just a second.
Very interesting question, Sai Tanviji Didi. Very nice. Yes, Rupalji is
Yeah,
back.
so I can't just say that it is wrong or it is right, but means these days I can't say. Previously, in ancient time, this was wrong because they used to follow everything as it is. Brahmana is so many generations are following the Brahmana karma only. Kshatriya, all the Kshatriyas, so many generations are following that dharma only, and Vaishyas are also. They are doing the Krishna Gaun Rakshavarijam, Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam. So, like the generations used to follow that. But these days, everything got mixed up. Now we can't say that if Brahmana's son is doing the Panditya karma only, then it is good because no one is doing that. So many Brahmanas in engineering field, so many Brahmanas are doctor, and so many Kshatriyas are doing Brahmana karma, and so many Vaishyas are also doing puja and part, and so many Nama Japa. So we can't just say that this generation is following all the karmas. Everything is mixed up. So according to that, if means I can't just give a statement on that. If you find it good, it is good. If you find it bad, it's bad. Try to follow that means as much as possible. But I can't just say that it is these days because the generation is not following it as it is. What the karma was meant for them. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, like that. Okay.
That's what, ma'am. The Arjuna was like, oh, whoever was born for these intercaste marriage people, it was like these people will confirmly go to hell. So that these people are related for their family itself. So there might be a chance of
See,
talking
going to
about
hell is also it is also subjective. Not every which is the thing which is not popular in the society. That is
video. Wala.
I think internet glitch. She will be back. Yeah.
for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Didi. And Raghavendra Joshi Bhayaji, please you can unmute and ask the question.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Raghavendra ji.
Yeah, Didi, again the same question regarding this Kulakshay and what is it called, Kulakshay and the Sankara thing. Okay, from 40 to 44 years explained about this. I wanted
Pranashyati
to,
kula dharmasya
yeah,
shashvatam.
from there till 44.
Adharmo bhivavatyutam.
40, yeah, 44. What is Vikas Bhaiya told? This is the opinion or thoughts of Arjuna, not Krishna. Okay, these all things.
Yes, Arjuna is explaining all these things.
That's not. It is his thoughts. It is not the thoughts of Krishna, and it is wrong also. But is there anywhere where Krishna has answered about this in the second chapter or somewhere else in Bhagavad
No.
Gita or somewhere else?
No. Arjuna has just said
that-
all the logics and he explained everything that he has read so many shastras. So he knows what is right. He knows according to Dharma Shastra what is right, what is wrong, and if this happens, then what will happen, what will be the result. So he knows all the logics and he is putting up all the logics in front of Krishna. That is only happening. Krishna is not answering these because Krishna knows he is just like saying everything, but he also knows at this moment he had to fight. He has to fight because this is his Kshatriya Dharma. So according to Kshatriya Dharma, he is there for fight only, not explaining these logics. These logics are correct, but not in the battlefield. Okay?
But again, that means Krishna is agreeing for whatever Arjuna is telling here. Sankaro narakesa narakaya. Okay, that Lupta Pindo.
In
That
Bhagavad
means
Gita, Krishna ji is not answering these logics or he is not commenting anything on these. Okay?
yeah,
If
but
we read
keeping
Dharma
silent means
Shastra,
he is
then we
agreeing
can
to.
get a little more clarity about this.
No, Didi, what I'm trying to tell you here is, if Krishna is not answering to this, means he's agreeing to whatever Arjuna is saying.
No, this
He
is
is
not
silent.
agreeing. Krishna is not having that much time to answer because war is going to start and everyone is standing there. It is not like everything paused as we see in the TV and they are talking. No, nothing is happening like that. Preparations are going on and they are just talking casually. And Arjuna says, I can't fight. Krishna starts giving Upadesha. So this is just 45 minutes conversation. So Krishna cannot answer each and everything. Arjuna says so many logics, but we will explain so many things to our parents that you give me cycle, I will do this, this will happen, I will do so many of your work. But is my mother going to explain everything to me? Or going to answer all the logics that no, you will not go. If I will ask you, you will be sitting and watching TV. No, all the logics will not be answered by my mother. Okay, so like that only, Arjuna is just saying everything. He is putting up the logics. Krishna is not answering all these. This was just casual conversation, not like arguments. Okay?
Okay, but the answer for this, where can we find this? Is that
Dharma
Patanti
Shastra.
Pitaro Eshal Lupta. That means if there is Varna Sankara or some Jati Sankara or something like
This
that.
is right also.
Is that,
If you read it, if you read Sadhak Sanjeevani, you will find the detailed explanation, and this is right. As I said, if Brahmana is doing Kshatriya Karma, then this is Varna Sankar, right? We can understand
yeah.
with this common
Yeah.
mind also. So all these things are right. All the logics are right. Okay?
But
This
it
is
can't be
not
followed
wrong
now,
what
no?
Arjuna is saying. Sorry?
That means the Brahmana. That means the Brahmana doesn't have to go to this army thing, and if he goes, that it is a Varna Sankara, and it is a
That must happen. That must be. I mean, this is understood. We see these things, we understand that this is right. Okay.
That means whatever we are doing, all these days we are. If I am a Brahmin, if I do work, then I become a Shudra. That is a wrong thing, right? I have to be in this thing
Not
only.
become a Shudra. Actually, in
Shudra
ancient
means
time, we
a
had
working class,
some
right?
system, but we are not following that system anymore. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And as later it's explained, it's not only the family that we are born into, it's also the swabhava that we are born into, right? That Krishna explains in some of the adhyayas. That is what Rupalji Shuklaji was trying to say. So that also has an impact. Rupalji Didi, yeah, are you, maybe some technical issue, Didi? Are you there? Yeah, and Sangeeta ji Didi, Jai Shri Krishna. We will take.
Yes, Sangeeta ji, please ask.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi, there is
Jai
a
Shri Krishna.
confusion. Maybe it is on the negative side. I'm sorry for that. As
No
Lord Krishna
problem.
says to Arjuna that these all they have to die. So should it mean that in a situation where there is a criminal and he kills someone, should he think that he has to die? So I am not doing anything. I am not doing anything. I am not doing any papa.
Krishna was there to show Arjuna that they have to die and they will be dying. But we don't have Krishna to show that that person is going to die. Not like that. A criminal is killing someone, so criminal is making his karma and he is going to get this sin for that because they were fighting. It was a battlefield. If army is fighting, the Pakistan and Indian army is fighting, then that rule applies. Okay, that principle applies, but not like I am killing someone for something happened to me because of that. So I can't justify that with this statement that he had to die, that's why I killed him. Not like that. Okay. Armies are fighting, then it must.
Just a minute, because as we know that there is Krishna says that this is not a person is dying, his soul is going to some other body. As you change clothes, soul is also changing the bodies. So at that time there is confusion that whether a criminal should say that I am not doing anything wrong.
I told you, if we are seeing everything with the Kartavya perspective and army perspective, army is fighting, then it applies. If someone personally killing someone, it doesn't apply. Okay, we don't have any right to kill someone, but the army is fighting, army has to kill others. Okay, they have the right. So if a person is having the right, they are Kshatriya, they have to kill others to save this nation. So it is right.
Right.
We cannot personally
Not other.
kill.
Yes.
Not with personal traits.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes, Surya Priya ji.
Okay.
Surya Priya ji, please unmute and ask the question. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna.
You are telling that Kuladharma is our wish. And in ancient times, they will follow Kuladharma.
People used to follow. Brahmana's generation will follow the Pandita Karma only.
We should
Vaidya
must
generation.
follow, or that is our wish. Can you please say that?
Sorry?
We should must follow Kuladharma, or that is our wish. You can please say that.
These days, I can't just say that you must follow that. If you follow that, that is best. But if these days, actually, if Brahmana's generation is following the Brahmana Karma only, then the system is not allowing us. In ancient time, there was a system. Brahmanas used to do the Pandita Karma and they used to get the bhiksha from everyone, from the society, and they used to live. But these days, the system is not being followed. So the society is also not following that. So how Brahmanas are going to live? So we can't just force them that you have to do this karma only. This is your karma. But this also applies on Kshatriya. This also applies on Vaishya. Also applies on Shudra. If everyone is following that, then this is best. If everyone is not following, then we can't just force on the people that you are Brahmana, you have to do this. You are Vaishya, you have to do this. No. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna.
Rupinji Didi, there was one question in the chat box, similar to what you just answered. Kavita A, or Sadhaka, do we have to follow our Kula Dharma or do what we are currently doing? I think that is pretty much related to what Surya Priyaji just asked. So that is her question.
What we are doing, that is fine, but other than that also we have so much time, and in that we can follow our Kuladharma also. If Brahmana is an engineer or a doctor, but he's also having time, so he also should do the puja, patha, japa, this satsanga, all these things. So Kuladharma can be followed, what we are currently doing with that. Okay.
Thank you, Didi. Satyanarayan Shetty ji Bhayaji, please, you can unmute and ask the question.
See, if I have to read either Bhagavad-Gītā or Krishna Sahasranama before I am going to sleep, which is better to read, whether Krishna or Bhagavad-Gītā, according to you?
You are asking mother love more to first child or second child. Like that. Gita has its own importance and Vishnu Sahasranam is having its own importance. We can't just say that it is better to read. Okay? So, in Ekadashi, we do Shri Vishnu Sahasranama, we have Shri Vishnu Sahasranam classes also, we have Bhagavad Gita classes also. If we have time, we can read both. Okay.
Madam, that is different. Every night before going to sleep, I am asleep. I am reading either Vishnu Sahasranama or Bhagavad Gita. Which one is better? I am asking before going to sleep.
Before going to
Bed. We were going to sleep.
before
Yeah.
going to bed. Bhagavad Gita you can read.
It's better.
Principles are more relevant to this current era. Okay, Bhagavad Gita, and these are mantramaya shlokas also. Vishnu Sahasranam is more of bhakti part. We are remembering the Lord. So you can do, actually you can do Vishnu Sahasranam or Bhagavad Gita both. You remember Lord, that is enough. Okay.
When we are doing reading Vishnu Sahasranam, we are chanting only Vishnu there. We are not thinking anything else. Here, we are having all the problems, answers, and everything in Bhagavad Gita.
This is also actually subjective. Some people may feel that Bhagavad Gita is better. Some people may feel that Vishnu Sahasranam, reading Vishnu Sahasranam is better. So you can do whatever you like. Okay. If you want to remember Lord, then you do Vishnu Sahasranama. If you want to remember the principles of life, that how my life is going, what I should do, what is right, what should be done, how I should live my life. So you can read Bhagavad Gita daily before going to bed. Okay.
If we are having questions, it is or if we have to improve ourselves, read Bhagavad Gita knowing the meanings. But Krishna Sahasranama without knowing the meanings, if we read and having all that
Bhagavad
blessings.
Gita also without knowing the meaning it has so much power and has a different effect on the environment or on ourselves. It has a different effect. Both are coming from Mahabharata ultimately. Both have its own effect. We can't just say that it is better, it is less better, like that. Okay. You can do whatever you want. Satyanarayana. It's fine. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Jai Shri Krishna. You see, Lord, that is most important.
Well said, Didi. Yeah, so true. And there was this Lupta Pindodaka Kriyaha, that that shloka when Bhayaji was explaining. He was saying that one of the persons had gone to Kedarnath or somewhere to or Haridwar to do his or her own karma, antim karma, when they're still alive, thinking that their offspring won't do it. So there was one question related to that, from Gopal Krishna Hekdeji, Bhayaji, that and at the beginning, sannyasi shraddha done by his parents. So that is the question that was.
We can ask this to Vikas ji. Actually, I'm not having that reference.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, Didi. And any other questions from our sadhakas? And one more question, Didi, if you have time, actually, Sai Tanviji had asked a question if she can ask a doubt related to another chapter, even since it is on first adhyaya. So I'm just passing her question on to you.
We can take in next session.
Okay. So, Sai Didi, Sai Sanviji Didi, and your question will be answered in the next session. Okay. Thank you, Rupaji Didi. Thanks for handling the questions so beautifully and making time for this session. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, and and now I would just like to take a quick minute to thank our Techno Star of the Day, Dakshina Ji Didi, and our all the sadhakas, and both Vikas Ji Bhaiya and Rupal Ji Shukla Ji, and our entire technical team and everybody who made this possible. Let us continue our Gita Sadhana and attend these sessions to enrich our spiritual knowledge. May Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā be our life guide. Before we conclude, let us thank Bhagwan Shri Krishna for guiding us all along and for making this session successful. Now we have Srimati Basanta Mahapatra ji with us to do the prarthana. Basanta ji is a retired teacher from Bhavani Patna, Odisha, and Bhayaji holds MA and B.Ed degrees and is interested in reading and traveling. Associated with Gita Pariwar since June 2023, Bhayaji is doing seva as a co-trainer for L1, L2 and L3 levels. Welcome, Basanta Bhayaji. I request you to recite the prayer. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi. योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you so much, Bhayaji, for the beautiful prayer. Now let us all recite Hanuman Chalisa and seek the blessings of Lord Hanumanji. Dakshina ji Didi, yes.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोज सगावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरई हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
जय श्री राम, जय हनुमान, जय श्री कृष्ण। सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। Om Tat Sat. Wishing you all a very blessed week ahead. Thank you for joining us. Jai Shri